Alright, Ondu Giant Hand, we have a 2/3/4 drop. We have our best card in our deck, which I for some reason just chose not to play last game. Seems good. Not mulliganing. Both of our Crushers. Neighbor apparently feels like he needs to blast music as he drives by. Lone Missionary. I'm not leveling this guy up for a little while. I guess I could just play out the Missionary instead. It's better to get the Knight out than the Missionary. But I'm not really leveling this. And if he has removal, I want him to use it on this. He did show us a Spawning Breath, which makes this one much worse, though. Yeah, it's hard to say. This was probably not necessarily correct, considering he showed us Spawning Breath. Hopefully we draw land, though. And not Evolving Wilds. Although I guess I'd be okay if it was Evolving Wilds, because I'm going to get 2 mountains. Leveling this up doesn't accomplish anything. Could be kill the Basilisk, attack for 3. Okay. So whenever anything dies, he now gets Eldrazi spawn. On his side of the board, anyway. So if this guy dies, or any of his other creatures die, he gets Eldrazi spawn tokens. Seems okay. Oh, that was kind of a beating. I can attack with Missionary, trade Missionary for Pawn or Cutthroat. I think I'm okay with either trade, honestly. Drawing a land there would have been great, but this isn't the worst place to be, I guess. Next turn, again, hopefully we draw land, then it's Ondu Giant into Predator, into Crusher. And Crusher should just do it, I would assume. This is a free attack. He should probably make it. Unless he wants to block with it, of course. And if we don't draw land, we still have something to do. We can make a flyer, bash in for 4. So we're not in the worst spot ever. That's interesting. Alright, well, I will trade with this guy. He gets a token. But I wanted to make this trade anyway. Maybe it's better to kill the pawn. No, I wouldn't have blocked the pawn. This guy becoming a first strike Death Toucher is actually sort of scary, but it's quite a mana requirement. It's really good against our Crushers, so we want to prevent that. Could be a Spawn Breath, kill Lone Missionary. Just the Tunneler. Okay, Tunneler's fine. Yuck. Well, that was not a good draw. I guess we'll level up. And trade this for Tunneler. He gets a spawn. That doesn't seem great. I think I'm just going to attack for 2. Get in for 2, seems fine. He didn't actually need to... No, I would have blocked that, actually. At this point, I'm pretty sure. He doesn't have a follow-up, though. That seems kind of poor. Cadaver Imp returning that guy. Right. That's a good reason not to trade. He showed us 2 imps. That makes sense. Well, let's go and bash, play Ondu Giant. If he wants to trade here, I guess that's not the worst, unless he has another imp in hand, of course. He does get a spawn token out of the deal, which can be backbreaking, but not particularly. But Predator into Crusher should do a lot of work here, I believe. Again, assuming we draw land. And he appears to be stuck on 3 mana, which is a good reason not to give him these Eldrazi spawn, but the Eldrazi spawn are sort of important if he actually draws Raid Bombardment, because it's his only way to actually, like, kill us. For instance, if he tunnels here, I just keep bashing in. I don't care if he chumps with spawn tokens, because I want these things sort of dead anyway. If he has another Cadaver Imp, this becomes a little awkward, since he can start chaining them together, making spawn every turn. That makes my attacks much worse. Just a Bloodthrone Vampire, though. Bloodthrone's good. Attack with... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Bloodthrone can be kind of scary with the Tunneler. It is very all-in, though. Either he has another spell he's thinking about playing, or I'm not sure. Alright, cool. So, yeah, now we can actually crush her next turn. Let's just go ahead and Predator. Could Predator into a 4-drop. That doesn't seem like what I want to be doing. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. He can do 13 to me right now with Bloodthrone Vampire. We need to kill him fairly quickly here. So we're going to keep bashing. Maybe because I need to kill him, I should just play Griffin. If he, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That means if I draw land, I can actually attack him for 6 in the air. Leveling this up to a Sarah Angel. That's not enough, though. I'm fairly certain I want Crusher next turn. Yeah. You can only really get in for 2 here. Puts me at 16, though. I'm very close to dead, depending on how many creatures he has in hand. The Bloodthrone Vampire Tunneler is kind of scary. Now, maybe I should have played Griffin, because that actually does represent lethal next turn. Yeah, this could have been an incorrect play. Representing lethal next turn seems quite a bit better than putting him at 1. This is actually a lot closer than you would think it would be looking at the board. Unless you're looking at Bloodthrone Vampire Tunneler, of course. Interesting. Oh, God. Just a minute. Sorry about that. He's just going all in on it right now, huh? Why didn't he sack the Tunneler first to get an extra token then? That seems odd. Does he have Goblin Bombardment? Hmm. 3 mana. It could be Cadaver Imp, I guess. That puts us at 15. It's not enough to kill us, I don't think. It would be next turn if he has Cadaver Imp in hand, though. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I wanted this Griffin in play. Means he just can't go off like this without losing creatures, which is basically all I want him to do. A little bit awkward. I don't feel like I'm playing this particularly well. I definitely haven't played the format in a while either. Okay. He's going all in on it on a Corpse Hatch. Seems okay, I guess. Just 3? Well, I don't think I'm dead then. Interesting. I'm not sure if that's the way he wanted to do that. That's only 9. Okay. Yeah, he had 15 damage on board if he doesn't do this plan. Seems really weird. Blocking with spawn also seems completely wrong. Well, I like our chances. I wish I took a little bit more time to think about my lines of play, though. Because that got pretty scary there if he played it in a different way. Could have got a little out of hand. This guy makes him sack 2, so it's probably going to be 2 lands. He has to block, though. He has to block everything but Ondu Giant next turn. Yeah, this is not looking great for him. He could always brood for 3 more Eldrazi spawn. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be enough to kill me if he has the brood birthing. Exacxy is actually at 15. Unblockable. I think that's his only out, though. He needs 3 creatures or a lot more damage. Or a kill spell, I guess, for Crusher. Essence Feed. That also does it. I don't know why he took so long to think about that. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure why he took so much time. This was fairly obvious. Wait, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... That's only 11, right? That's not actually enough. Interesting. Very interesting. I suppose it puts me pretty dead next turn, though. So, Oust would be a fantastic draw. Which means we're probably going to Prophetic Prism here. Searching for it. Guard Duty. That also works. Hooray! He can't win. Sacking in response. Sure. Gotta get that value. Goes to 1. Alright, and then I'll just play a Griffin, and that should be game. I feel like he could have comboed us out if he kept the pawn in play. I definitely played badly, but I feel like he sort of misplayed this game as well. I was just playing really badly this entire round, though. But we made it finals. I feel great about it. Made it to the finals, though. I'll see you then.